Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 58 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Alright, let the investigation begin. Let's have a look at this back door first. This door is the lab's back door. This door has a sliding lock, and it's still locked.
That's true.
And because no one has used this door since we came in here, I believe Angie locked this door when she came in, and it's been locked ever since.
Hey.
Oh, wait, what's this? Look, there's something gold and shiny on the tab of the sliding lock. Gold and shiny? Could it be...
Is that alright?
Maki, may I see it for a minute? I want to try moving the sliding lock.
So what?
You want to unlock it? Go ahead, do what you want. I carefully touched the knob of the lock, avoiding the gold parts, and softly slid the lock open. Click.
Okay.
Just as I suspected. This lock will slide without much effort. Click. Whether you lock it or unlock it. This could be an important clue. Art Lab's back door has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. I'm curious about this rear door too, but there's something else that bothers me. The lock on the front door that we used to enter this room. Shouldn't we investigate the front door too? I'm going to take a closer look at it. Maki walked over to the front door. I get, yeah, you know what, let's investigate the front door as well. It's unlocked, but I think there are still things to investigate here. Okay, let me talk to Maki, in that case.
Hey.
I just want to confirm something. When we got to this lab, you're sure that the front door was locked?
Okay.
Yes, I'm positive. I grabbed the knob and tried to turn it. Click, 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 click. It really is locked.
I knew it.
The front entrance was locked until Kokichi picked the lock to open it. Kokichi pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. Click, click, click. Clack. There, open says me. So, he picked this cylinder lock open.
Hey.
Do you think anyone else could have opened the lock besides him?
That's true.
It would have been impossible from the outside. The monocubs took the key. Okay, here it is, but there's only one key, so don't lose it. It'd be bad if you lost it. You wouldn't be able to lock the door or open it from the outside. Let me see that key. Monodam swiped the key from Monofenny and lifted it into his mouth. Nom. Ah, he ate it!
Then.
So Kokichi is the only one who could have opened or closed the door from the outside, right? Correct. Only Kokichi would have been able to open and close the door from outside. But someone inside could have opened and closed it as they pleased.
Huh?
So the front door was locked from inside the room?
No.
Not necessarily. I'm just thinking of possibilities. But in that case, the question becomes how the person who locked the doors got out. How the culprit got out of the classroom after locking the doors. You know what? I really enjoy doing Shuichi's voice when I can sort of get down that cadence. It's really fun. Alright, we've got Art Lab's front door. Still, it's strange that the front door and back door have different locks. The front door that we came in from has a cylinder lock, and the rear door over there has a sliding lock. But by the time we discovered the body, both doors were locked.
Is this?
In other words, this is what you might call a locked room mystery, right? Locked, huh?
You're right.
Yes, the cylinder lock's key was taken by the monocubs, so both doors could only be locked from the inside. But only if you rule out Kokichi's lockpicking, right? He could have picked the cylinder lock on the front door to go in and out of the lab, so he could have created this locked room mystery. It's possible that he locked the door from the outside by picking it after he killed Angie.
If I remember correctly.
That's true.
That's right.
Also, he appeared at an oddly convenient time when he tried to enter the lab ourselves. When we tried to enter the lab ourselves. He's clearly suspicious. It is suspicious, but that solution seems a little too convenient. Kokichi's lockpicking has been added to the truth bullet section in Modpad. Alright, cool. The next thing is Angie's body. Let's start investigating that. Angie's body. She's lying face down in the middle of the room.
What's wrong?
Are you going to take a closer look?
Okay.
Yes, I was planning to.
Got a minute?
Then let's hurry up and do it. We can't afford to waste any time here. Maki didn't hesitate. She stepped past me and walked over to the body. She has no problem with dead bodies. She is the ultimate assassin. Alright, let's start with the pool of blood. A small pool of blood has emanated from Angie's torso. This can't be from her forehead. This blood is from the back of her neck.
Is this...
This blood is dry. It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed, maybe more. Wait. How does that make sense? It must have been spilled a few hours before Angie was killed. Oh, I guess like she was injured, she lost a bunch of blood, and then later she was killed? I don't know. Interesting way to put it. That fits the 2 a.m. time of death listed in the Monokuma file. Okay, so pool of blood. Let's examine Angie's body specifically. There's blood dripping from Angie's head. According to the Monokuma file, she sustained a stab wound to the back of the neck, as well as a laceration on her forehead.
I knew it.
The killing blow was a single stab to the back of the neck, a sneak attack most likely.
Well,
Then, what do you make of this wound on her forehead? Maybe the culprit hit her in the head before stabbing her from behind. But her 2 wounds are substantially different. Did the culprit change weapons mid-attack?
Oh yeah.
I suppose that would be unnecessary.
remember.
Also, the wound on her forehead looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. Hang on. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. So it looks deep, but it's not bleeding much. Despite the fact that it's so deep, it's not bleeding much. What is going on with these 2 wounds? Forehead injury? Oh, and I thought we were going to add one more. Huh? What's wrong, Maki?
Got a minute?
Move. Maki pushed me aside, then lifted Angie's body up by the shoulder.
Is this...
What's this doing crumpled underneath her body?
What is it?
This is duct tape, right? What's duct tape doing here? I don't know, but it must be related to the case. Look, there are hairs stuck to the tape. Long hairs. Angie's, right? Bloody duct tape with Angie's hair on it. What could that mean? Bloody duct tape has been added to the monopad. I'm surprised you spotted this, Maki. It was hidden under her body.
So what?
It was partially visible. As a detective, you should have noticed it before I did. Well, that's true. Well, even so, I guess you're still getting used to being around dead bodies. So don't beat yourself up over it.
Okay.
Well then, it's a good thing you're used to corpses, Maki.
You wanna die?
Sorry.
Joking. I couldn't resist.
Got a minute?
You don't need to apologize. I was joking too. That didn't sound like a joke though. They're getting along. That's nice. Angie's body appears to be exactly as described in the Monokuma file. There were several clues that caught my attention, but I can't draw any conclusions yet. I think if we think about all the evidence in combination, that might tell us something. Let's continue the investigation for now. Maki, what's wrong?
So what?
It's not that important, but the only time you're reliable is when you're investigating a crime scene. Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Like I'd know.
Who knows? You're certainly more reliable than Kaito, at least. That guy is useless. Anyway, let's continue. Alright, let's look at the Necronomicon. Ah, this book! The instructions for the resurrection ritual are written in the Necronomicon. By performing the ritual as written, you can resurrect one deceased victim.
I knew it.
This was the motive, the Necronomicon.
Hey,
Angie tried to perform the ritual written in this book, right?
Okay.
Yes, if we look at this book, we should learn the steps of the ritual she was trying to perform. Let's take a look. The Necronomicon Resurrection Ritual. Prepare an effigy of the dead soul you wish to contact. Everyone may participate. The size and shape of the effigy is irrelevant. Make it out of whatever materials you wish. If it's not obvious who the effigy is supposed to be, label it with the name of the deceased. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution. Be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times. Then close your eyes and wait. After a while, you should feel a light tap on your back. If so, that means the ritual was a success. The ashes are only good for one use. The ritual can only be performed once, so use it wisely. So these are the steps for the resurrection ritual.
This is stupid.
Angie really believed in this crap? It's pretty obvious that you wouldn't be able to resurrect anyone with this. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure that's true. But in this place, I don't think we can rule anything out. Necronomicon has been added. You know what's cool? There's a mallet here, and I wonder if it's a reference to the first Danganronpa. First one? Yeah, first one. The third case in the first game. Yeah. Okay, so we've examined those. Now let's examine. Now this is tricky. You have to examine the katana itself. So just make sure you hover over the katana. The katana stabbed into Kaede's wax effigy.
Damn it!
Who did this? And why?
Got a minute?
Let me see. Maki nudged me aside, then gripped the katana and pulled it out of the effigy.
Ah,
Wait, this is a crime scene. You can't...
What is it?
You wanted to check the katana, right? Well, you can't do that if you don't pull it out.
because
Yes, true, but we have to preserve the scene. Maki paid no mind to my protest and stared at the katana for a while.
Is this...
It's a real katana, but there's gold leaf on it.
okay.
Yeah, I believe it's the one that was on display in the Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Is that so?
Okay.
We can probably assume this is the murder weapon, judging from the bloodstains on the tip. The edge is too rusty to cut well, but it would be enough to stab.
But
Why would they go through the effort of using this as the murder weapon?
That's true.
Good question. They could have gone to my lab and grabbed a more suitable weapon.
could it be?
Perhaps it's because Kiyo's lab is on the same floor. They just grabbed something close by? They may have been in a hurry.
Well,
Or maybe they needed a long weapon like this.
Huh?
A long weapon?
okay.
My lab doesn't contain swords. Now hang on. My lab doesn't contain swords, or any other weapons of this length.
Huh?
Really?
That's true.
I'm not sure how Monokuma found out, but he must know I don't use swords for work. When I first started working, I botched a mission using a katana. I haven't used a sword since, which is fine because they're a hassle to carry anyway. I suppose everyone's lab is suited to them personally, just like Angie's was. But how did they know all this? Anyway, the gold leaf on this katana flakes off easily. It's all over my hand now.
Okay.
It must be pretty old for the gold leaf to flake off that
Got a
easily.
minute?
Why didn't you say so earlier? My hands are all sticky now. I'll have to wash them later. Maki scolded me, then stood in front of Kaede's effigy.
Hey,
I'm gonna put the katana back where we found it. If it's too hard to watch, look away.
Okay.
Thank you. I averted my gaze and Maki stabbed the katana back into the wax effigy.
by the way,
Even so, why was a weapon stabbed into the wax effigy? A hanging wax effigy, no less. Was it part of the ritual, or was the culprit trying to hide the murder weapon? Perhaps they had no intention of hiding it. They didn't even wipe off the blood. Besides, I'm certain there are better ways to hide the murder weapon than this.
what are you talking about?
Then what's the reason for this?
That's
I honestly have no idea.
Well,
We should investigate where this weapon came from. We might find a clue there.
okay.
The Ultimate Anthropologist lab. Yes, let's do that. I want to make sure the katana indeed came from that room. Gold leaf katana has been added. Alright, let's examine Kaede's hanging wax doll. The 4 effigies hung upside down make the scene particularly eerie. Ropes are dangling from the exposed beams on the ceiling.
If I remember correctly,
Angie made all of these wax figures.
hey,
Is this rope from the warehouse?
you're right.
I believe so, and that means they won't be much of a clue. Anyone could have gone and gotten these ropes. Maybe the student council should have blocked the warehouse instead of the manhole. The warehouse does contain plenty of things that can be used for murder. Anyway, I know that these effigies are just wax, but it still creeps me out.
That's true.
The effigies look exactly like real people. Not just their faces, but their bodies too. The ultimate artist certainly was talented.
By the way,
Why is this effigy hanging upside down? Is this part of the ritual? I'm not sure.
what is it?
If it's not, then why is it like this? Who would go out of their way to hang a wax effigy? Right, if they're going to do this much work, there must be some reason for it. What could it be? Who would do this? The culprit? Angie? Or someone else entirely? Effigies hung upside down has been added to the truth bullet section in Modpad. You know what's interesting? How much does a wax effigy weigh? Because I feel like it would weigh quite a bit. It wouldn't be easy to do what they've done. Okay, let's back out. And now we're going to talk to pretty much everyone else. And then we should be done here.
Why?
A murder at nighttime is strange, impossible even.
Why?
Why do you think that?
Right.
Because student council made rule that we no can be outside during nighttime. Everyone should have been asleep. No way murder could have happened at nighttime.
Ew.
Do you really think that everyone would go along with that rule?
But
It a tour's rule. Angie say he punish us if we not follow his rules. But the student council wasn't included in that, correct? They could do what they wanted. Angie was also working here at night. She was? No way! Student council would never break own rules.
right.
They should have been asleep in own rooms. They set good example to others. Maybe Angie got attacked while she sleep in her room and get brought here?
Gonta, idiot.
If so, Gonta could have saved her. If only Gonta saw. But Gonta was sleeping. Sorry, Angie. Gonta no could save you. I find it hard to believe that no one went outside, in spite of the student council rule. Alright. Tsumugi. I'm not sure if it's okay to say this or not, but could Tenko be the culprit? Huh? Tenko? Oh, it's not like I have proof or anything, but earlier I heard Himiko say that Tenko was trying to betray the student council.
No.
So you suspect Tenko?
Actually,
Cause as a member of the student council, she would have been allowed in this lab.
oh yeah.
That's right, Angie did allow members of the student council to enter her lab.
Ah,
Yeah, Angie had been shut away here working on the ritual by herself since yesterday. She said she would only unlock the door if she heard a student council member's voice.
that's true.
That would certainly point to Tenko. She did betray the student council after all.
No.
It's not that I want to suspect Tenko, but since only student council members would have been let in here, so Angie only let in student council members. That would be Gonta, Kibo, Himiko, Tenko, and Tsumugi. Of that group, Tenko is certainly the most suspicious. Tsumugi's account has been added. I think we've finished investigating everything for now.
Got a minute?
Is this really the time to rest? I don't think we've found enough clues yet. We don't know how much time we have left to investigate, so we need to hurry up.
You're right.
You're right. First, we should investigate the ultimate anthropologist's lab. We may find a clue related to the katana.
That's true.
We need to check if the katana really did come from that place. Is something wrong, Maki?
By the way,
It just occurred to me. Why am I acting like your partner?
sure, whatever.
Well, it's fine, just don't get used to it. It's not as if I asked you, but it's fine by me. It's true that Maki is a tremendous help to me. Alright, well, I guess we didn't need to talk to Mew, but let's just see what she has to say. This busty brainy beauty has this all figured out. Huh? You mean you know who the culprit is?
What was that?
Huh? The culprit? F that.
Hey,
Shuichi, do we really have the time to be listening to her? Hey, wait, god damn it, are you just gonna ignore my genius idea? Just listen to me, okay? Come on, listen to me, listen.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna twist my arm, then I'll tell you. You better thank me for this.
you know.
I know you're all dumber than fleas, but even you get how weird these wax dolls are, right? They are strange. Are they for the ritual or another purpose?
Well then.
But I figured it out with just one glance. These are diversions.
Could it be?
Diversions?
Listen up.
Yep, the culprit used these wax dolls to distract us from something.
Got a minute?
What do you mean by that?
What?
How should I know? Isn't that Sherlock Homo jobs? No, that... I'm not even going to try and repeat that, but you know what I was trying to go for. What was written there. You're a waste of time. Maki turned and walked away. I can't say I blame her.
What was that?
Huh? The hell's her problem? Is she on the rag or something? On the rag is an old expression for being on a period, so that's what that means if you didn't know. I didn't. I had to look it up. I was pretty sure that's what it was, but I was like, I checked. So Angie made these wax dolls, huh? The resemblance is pretty uncanny. They say the devil's in the details, you know. Let's just see how detailed these really are. Hey! Mew tried to look up the wax figure skirt.
Hey!
What are you doing? Stop that!
What?
I just wanted to see if this doll was wearing panties. Wait, do you have a doll fetish? Are you excited that your dead girlfriend is a doll now?
Ha! Fucking virgin.
If you like wax dolls so much, then go F the doll already. I'm starting to agree with Maki. Talking to Mew is a waste of time. Alright, well, yeah. Okay, well we finally finished Angie's lab, but we don't have time for anything else, so we'll continue next time. For now, I want to thank you all for watching episode 58 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.